Whether we are trying to encourage social signups or the purchasing of a particular product, the copy associated with the call to action is crucial. In this lesson, you will learn how to craft great copy that will result in sales, and by the end of this lesson, you will learn what's considered great sales copy to support your calls to action. This need to write a copy that encourages conversion can lead to short-term thinking. A failure to keep this in check can result in exaggeration and verbose copy, which in turn leads to buyer remorse and undermines conversion in the long run. There is a growing trend online towards increasingly exaggerating claims in an attempt to grab consumers' attention. Often referred to as clickbait, this kind of copy will undermine conversion in the long term. Although it is true that attention-grabbing headlines do serve their purpose, it comes at a cost if those headlines are unable to deliver on their claims. Simply put, clickbait undermines trust. If a company exaggerates their copy, their customers will worry that the company will also overstate the value of their product or service. That said, copy can still be attention-grabbing, it just needs to balance delivering on its promises. Successful marketing teams have often focused on the benefits of a product rather than its features. They emphasize how a product will benefit the consumer and improve their experience rather than simply list the product's features. Focusing on benefits is a sound approach because it does not require the consumer to think too hard to understand how those features will benefit them. For example, a company could emphasize the 12-hour battery life of a laptop, which is a feature, but not realize that consumers care less about the number of hours. Their focus is that the computer will allow them to finish their work, which is the benefit. So if the question is, how long does the battery last? A vague promise like, it won't call it a day until you do, is not going to satisfy them unless it is supported by hard numbers. A meal prepping food business focuses on the benefits of convenient, healthy meals, which covers our basic physiological needs, but also provides this feature of preparation as an added bonus upon arrival. It is therefore vital that benefits and features be presented together on a website to have the best chance of conversion. Inevitably, this makes the copy longer, but you should always favor clarity over conciseness. Here's another pro tip. Copy should be as short as possible, but not at the cost of clarity. It is said that people read less than 30% of the copy on a page. Instead, they tend to scan copy looking for key phrases that answer their questions or satisfy their curiosity. To help clarify while supporting scannability, introduce structure into the copy. Make use of headings, subheadings, lists, pull quotes, and other visual contents to break up large blocks of text. This will allow the users to quickly identify the parts of the text that are relevant to them. Here's a pro tip. Resist the desire to repeat a critical selling point and instead draw attention to it through typographic design. This keeps your content short and focused. And be careful to keep the copy focused on addressing your customers' concerns. We have some great copywriters on Fiverr, so if you need some help there, it's also great to outsource some of your e-commerce needs. Users will quickly lose patience with copy that they perceive as sales material if it fails to answer some of their specific questions. This in turn builds trust with your audience and shows them that your company values the business that they're bringing to you. Whatever the call to action, it will almost certainly involve a certain deal of trust on the part of the customer base. Trust that you will deliver on your promises, trust that you will keep their data safe, and trust that you will respect the boundaries of the agreement. The trustworthiness of the copy is not only about the truthfulness, but it is also about the tone of voice. In the context of e-commerce, copy can come across as manipulative, impersonal, and aggressively pursuing a sale. Using language that encourages actions such as buy today or last chance is often seen across many websites. It is also true that emotionally charged wording such as breakthrough, astonishing, groundbreaking, or innovative tend to grab attention. This kind of persuasive copy will drive short-term conversion because it resonates with people at a subconscious level. It is essential that your copy has a sense of humanity and feel conversational and personal. If it does not, your potential client can feel like they are interacting with a faceless corporation, and this can undermine the trust you've worked so hard to build. As a general rule, it's best to lean towards a personal, open, and matter-of-fact tone. Customers will routinely warm to a more honest and human approach. It's just human nature. Copy should not be the only consideration when creating compelling calls to action. Our next lesson in this chapter outlines how design plays a critical role as well. But before we do that, we have a great exercise for you to practice how to write compelling copy.